don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
I don't know what's real anymore. I've opened up the door to
Hey, didn't you die in one of those movies? Ah, spinster! Poof! Hello there everyone, this is Tom, and today we are going to take a look at what is unquestionably and undoubtedly the scale model, and I don't mean a scale model kit, but the scale model for all Masterpiece Transformers after it came through, and we're talking about MP10 Masterpiece Cybertron Commander Convoy, or Optimus Prime as we know him here in the States. So, I know I'm coming late to this review, but since I came late to this review, I have a take on it which may be slightly different from other people's. And that doesn't mean I'm going to say he's great, that doesn't mean I'm going to say he's horrible. It simply means I'm going to give you, what, a 4 or 5 year afterwards review of when it came out. So, having said that, let's take a quick look here at the box. We've got front cover art, which is, well, they're product shots, but they're very nice. Hopefully my set won't disintegrate as I do this, because this is a temporary set still. Okay, side of the box you've got Masterpiece Convoy, MP10. Back of the box you have several interesting product shots. Here he is with their Optimus Prime, his axe, his matrix, his weapon, how it stores in his back, his full battle mode, all that. Let's see. Top of the box, side of the box, and lastly, the bottom of the box, which I don't know if, I'm not exactly sure when they stopped doing this, but I really like the products that are shown here. It helps. Oh, and you can see how much I actually paid for it. Not that I, whatever. I have not opened this box up in about 2 years. So, as many of you know, my things have been in storage. I now finally have the opportunity to pull some of this stuff out. So, having said that, let's open up MP10 Cybertron Commander Convoy together. Oh wow. Empty box. Okay, so setting the box aside. Tell you what, why don't I go freehand for just a second here, just to give you all an idea of what is in the container. You get Masterpiece Optimus Prime, you get his little rover, his axe, his trailer, his gun, and a little Spike figure. Yeah, okay, so let me get this out of a plastic prison, and I will set this stuff up and we'll go from there. Alright, so first up on the list is the trailer. And remembering that this figure is several years old, it's hard to remember what things were like before we had Masterpiece Transformers. Tell you what, before we get too deep into the trailer, let me show you Roller here. Now, it appears to me that I have sometime in the past gotten some repro labels from Toy Hacks and have stickered some of these guys up. So just be mindful of that if it doesn't look proper. So this comes apart like this. You can do things with it and stuff. That comes up. You can do like that. And Roller can actually pull the trailer. The trailer has a hitch and there are connector ports. You just line that up, and you can have that going on if you so desire. So that's something you can do. And to fix it back, you just pull this back, flip this back around, and close that back up. All of his wheels roll. I mean, he's pretty rollable, if that's a word. The detail, excuse me. The detail here on the bottom is pretty impressive, actually, if you look at it. I mean, this is the bottom of the figure. Even the tires have detents in them. That's pretty good, I think. Oh, and I've got a repro label on it. Okay, so that's the roller. Ah, I almost forgot. You all need to remind me so I don't forget. Size-wise, roller is coming in at 3.5 to here, and with the pipes, he's 4 inches. Wide from wheel to wheel looks like it's 2.5. Okay. Now, the trailer itself. As I mentioned earlier, roller had all kinds of neat little details. Look at the details that are on the bottom of this trailer. I mean, they didn't have to do that, but they did anyway. That's just, they molded in a spare tire. I mean, and rivets, if you could see those. I mean, that's just, why? I mean, I like it, don't misunderstand me. It's just, why? Here we have molded detail here, molded detail, a nice little raised Autobot symbol, rivets at the top. My paint is a little off right here, as you can see. Chromed out rims, and these are plastic tires. Yeah, that's plastic. The front looks like this. The other side is pretty much the same. The back looks like this. You've got some translucent red right here. That's a repro label. Molded detail, just all over. Even the bumper has molded rivets. So it's astonishing. This thing right here has the ability to, well, it may have the ability to. Let's see here. Pull these things up. Okay, and the trailer can roll on its own, or stand on its own. But that's not all the trailer does. But it measures from here to here approximately 11 3/4 of an inch. And from here to here, it is approximately 5 inches. Let's call it 5. Okay. And wide, it is approximately 3 3/4 inches. And I'm sorry, Cho. I know we're doing that, as you put it, that damned imperial system, but it's what I've got to work with, so sorry. Okay. Alright, so this guy, you can open up and you can see just what all's in there. And the big trick about oh, he's even got a ramp, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. Again, remember, I've got repro labels on this thing. So the big trick about him being the scale standard was that everything Masterpiece wise is supposed to fit in there. So MP Ironhide does go in. Everybody sees that. Okay. So come on out now. There we go. That was the big thing about it. All of them had to go in it. So, alright. This thing also separates. One other thing, it's got these two little flaps right here. I'll show you those here in a minute. You just pull this thing apart, kind of as gently as you can, and open it up. And it's got these two little things right here. You flip these out for supports, and I don't know if you notice or not, but these little lifters come in and out on a little hydraulic thing. That's kind of neat. Alright. So here is I think they refer to that as the battle platform. Okay. There we go. I think they refer to this as the battle platform, and in this mode, again, I've got it repro labeled up, but when it's open like this, it is approximately 10 inches wide, and the length and everything's still the same, so I don't have to worry about that. But you've got storage for your Energon axe, and the gun can go in here as well, but I don't remember exactly where it goes. You got a little seat right here. This little thing, I'm pretty sure is just a holdover from the Diaclone era, when Hasbro bought Diaclone stuff, because you've got a little seat right here, and I'm pretty sure Spike, who we'll talk about, Spike can fit in there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Close that up, and now he can man that. Okay. And this thing's on a double hinge. It's got a hinge here and a hinge here, so you can get, you know, any type of movement that you really want out of it. The little claw thing opens, and the radar dish rotates. And let's see here. Oh, I was going to tell you, these little flaps right here collapse in like this on both sides. And when you do that, that gives you the ability to close this thing up and have your little dish thing here sit out the top of it, which is a neat little feature. There is one other thing we need to talk about with the base, and that is the repair mode. Okay, so the repair bay mode is the last thing we'll look at here for the trailer. And basically what you do, it's relatively simple. You just put Optimus in here, and you know, he's battle damaged or whatever the hell, and this thing comes down and works on him, or you know, whatever. That's all it does. So yeah, okay, that's the repair bay mode. Alright, so now let's take us a look at this little fella here, Spike. And let me tell you, he's a disappointment to me. He stands about 1.5 inches high, and to measure shoulder to shoulder, he's about 1/2 inch. Let me see here if I can zoom in and focus. 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 Okay, so as you can see, he basically has no face. There's no paint whatsoever on it. You get some brown for his hair. You get the belt is painted. You get paint down to his arms. His boots are molded, but they painted this little section right here. So he's got a shirt collar, he's got a little cigarette pack right there, or whatever it is. I mean, he's got enough detail here. What he really needs is a face. And I guess maybe they did this generic faceless guy so that they wouldn't offend anybody or whatever the hell, I don't know. But he's kind of a disappointment to me. Okay. The other accessory that he comes with is, let me zoom out, is the Energon axe. And I've got repro label on it. So yeah, so it's got that nice little shiny chrome blade there. And what we do with this is it literally just, it's got a hole right there, and it just fits over his hand. And now he's got an Energon hand, Energon axe hand. And that's pretty much the accessories. Alright, and let's see here, for scale comparison, here he is with Toy World's Jazz. That's pretty much what I have for MP out and available. For you Classics fans, here he is with Classics Prime. And for you movie fans, here he is with Movie Bumblebee. Sense of scale. Alright, now pull out the old measuring stick here. From shoulder to shoulder, and I'm including the pipes. Okay, shoulder to shoulder looks like he's 5.5. From his feet to the top of his head looks like he's 9.25, maybe 9.5. So there you go. That's how big he is. Alright, so that's scale. Let's do articulation real fast. Let's see here. Well, let me do initial impressions. He has a little bit of heft to him, but not as much as you would think. And I think we've kind of gotten spoiled by other Transformers. This thing weighs more than this thing. And I was really astonished when I got a hold of Masterpiece Soundwave. I don't think there's any diecast in him at all, but we're talking about this guy right now. He has dead eyes. I don't know why they decided to do that, but his eyes are just dead. Head sculpt is really good. You got the ears here, which actually move for some odd reason. I don't know why. His head can move left and right, up that far. He can look down. There's a little hinge right here which allows it. Arms, you've got this pretty little paint right here, this nice Autobot symbol and these chromed out smokestacks, and that little bit of silver right there. Arms can do a 360 on a friction joint. They can come out about that far, but you gotta there's a hinge there you gotta pull out. Same thing on this side. Arms can come, that's as much as he can go out. Now you can adjust this somewhat, and you can get him, you know, into like super robot pose or whatever. But yeah, that's about it. The hands, you have a base pin knuckle right here, if you could see that. Base pin knuckle right there. The trigger finger just fell off. Hold on a minute. Poof! Okay, picking right back up. The trigger finger can move, and they conveniently added, I probably can't show that, but there's a little R right there and a little L on that one. The thumb is a fixed piece. You get rotation, you get 90-degree of elbow bend right there. Coming down the figure, you get some nice details. Here's the windshield wipers, nice little chrome bit right here. This is silver, and it's nice to see the difference between silver and chrome. Let's see here, let's get these out of the way. You do get a waist swivel. So, waist articulation, can do a full 360 with no problem. You get, there's yellow translucents right here, which have some bolted detail underneath them. Don't know how well that's coming off. You got this little blue crotch piece right here. It follows through on the back. The hips are on, I think they're called universals. He cannot do the full Chinese splits. He just can't do it. He's close, but he can't get there. Ratcheted this way, he can't do the full American splits either. So, you have a thigh swivel built into the universal right there, and that's a repro label, just so you know. The knees give you 90-degree of bend without any trouble. It's a nice little chromed out smoke tank, and I think these are rubber wheels. Okay, these vents right here are a gunmetal gray. That's a sticker. Rocker That's as far as you can really get him with his rocker. Okay, and let's see here. The back of the figure looks like this. And his weapon folds up and stores here in his back, right here. You just pull this down, pop it in here like that, close it up, and hey, it's weapon storage. At least on mine, this doesn't close all the way, and it's got a place to do so, but it sure won't stay closed. But his weapon comes out. Just flip that little switch right there. You can't see it. Just pull that little switch right there. Kind of locks in place. Push the button, and his gun pops out. Okay, and the gun has the typical Masterpiece little indentions there, and his palm has a groove. You just kind of work. His thumb's a fixed thing, so you just kind of work his gun in there however you can, and then you just kind of push it in place. It holds pretty well. I say that as it keeps popping out, and I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah, that's him. There's one other thing I need to show, and that is he does have a matrix right there, and it is a pain in the patootie to get that thing out. Yeah, you about have to have something to get it out. And of course, I have absolutely nothing that will work, I don't think. Yeah, I guess I do. It's die cast. It's probably heavier than he is, but it's got a blue jewel. It's a nice little matrix as far as it goes, and as you saw it come out, it just sits in there. It's got two little retaining tabs. That little black piece comes down, that comes down, and you just close this up. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to transform this guy. And bear with me and apologize if I get anything wrong, because as I think I previously mentioned, it's been 2 years since I've messed with him. So, alright, first thing I like to do is take these hands here and tuck those away. That way you don't forget about them. They just collapse right in like this and leave you with something like that. Okay, do the same thing over here on this other side. Just open that up, collapse that in, close it down. Okay, now let's get the arms out of the way, sort of, so that we can pull these down on the back here, like this, and open this up, pull these out a little to the side, and kind of just make him kind of explode a little bit. Rotate these around. Rotate these around. Okay, and now we take this fake grill. Oh, pull these little pieces up here first. Otherwise, it's just going to save you a lot of headache later. Yeah, it will. Believe me. Trust me on this. I don't have any reason to lie to you. Okay, pull that up. Pull those out. And rotate that down. Pull out your faux grill, lift up the bumper piece, tuck the head in, just like that. Compress your arms, straighten them out, compress them. Okay, bend them at the elbow, like that. Swing them back around, lock them in place. Alright. Now, this thing's tiring. Bring these things around and they'll clip into place like that. You can go ahead and shut the front part of your cab up so that it looks like this. Bring these sections up, and they'll just kind of hold themselves in place for right now. Connect your mirror or your lights here, and then there's tabs that will go into the bumper just like that, and that's effectively the front of the cab. Not too bad. Okay, so there is a mechanism right here. It is a lock spring. You push that in, push the legs forward on both sides. Rotate the waist. Take this flap here, pull it to the side. Take this flap here, pull it to the side. Collapse your heel and your toe. Take this piece, swing it around. That covers the wheels up. Take this piece, swing it around. You can connect your legs. There's ports in posts right here. They do actually connect. You just got to get them lined up right. Okay. Pull your cab the rest of the way on down, and it should just kind of sit in place here when it's done right. Alright. Bring your gas tanks around, and there's a port that they're going to plug into right there. And for all intents and purposes, this is MP10. Ooh, I've done something. Oh, there's clips right here that'll clip into his waist. That's the reason why it's still floating around. There we go. Just like that right there. And when we did that, we disconnected this. And there's MP10. He rolls just fine. He can hold the trailer. I'll show that here in a minute. And that's basically MP10. So, scale comparison in this mode. Here he is with Masterpiece Ironhide, just to give you a sense of scale. And let's see here. The cab from here to here is 2 3/4. From here to the tip of his feet is 7 1/2. And he stands 3 1/8 high. Alright, and just to prove that yes, he can actually pull his trailer, there are slots right there for the ports. You just kind of work until you get them lined up, and you just kind of fuss at it and fiddle with it until it eventually goes in. Or not. Maybe it won't be that way for it. Get in there. I'm having more trouble with it. There we go. Okay. So there it is in tractor trailer mode. It can turn about that far before it starts running into the back of the cab. So yeah, there's that. And now to answer the burning question on everyone's mind, how does MP10 Cybertron Commander Convoy, also known as Optimus Prime, scale with Metroplex? And here you can see Optimus Prime there, MP10, with Metroplex. So just, again, to give you a sense of scale. And there he is with a couple other little things. Alright, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Hello there everyone. I'm ending my video as I promised I would do with an unboxing. This is January 21st, 2018. So let's take us a quick little peek here and see what all I've got in here. Alright. So we've got this thing. I bet that's, yeah, that's the green shell. I've got the purple shell on my constructor, okay, which is in one of those boxes. Okay, let's see here, a bunch of Titans returns. stuff. Okay, we'll set that aside. Here's the Bridge Watcher. I've got a review on that. There's an RC weapon. 2 of them, apparently. Okay. I bet this goes to this guy right here. I bet money it does. Let's see here. Yep. So, here he is. Let's see here. Bear with me just a second, folks. Let me see if I can maybe shine a little bit more light here to where you all can see a little bit better. Okay. There's Ultra Magnus's part of his gun weapon thing that makes his, I don't think that one's it, but there's part of it. Part of the sword for Victorion. Here's another figure. That crocodile repaint. What's his name? Okay. This little guy in a mini con. Here's this guy. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure that's part of Ultra Magnus's gun. Let's see here. Beefy, you'll see the rest of that here shortly. Weapons. Weapons. There's the head for what's his name. Let's see here. Oh, there's one of my crazy little robots, the cheap ones. What do we have in here? Hot rod. Okay. Let's see. I can't remember what that... Oh, that's broadsides, I think, maybe. Let's see here. What else do we have? How about that? Little Optimus Prime. Optimus Primal in diecast. Okay. Here is the Optimus Prime, the classic KO that I liked so well. Here's another diecast piece. This is regular Optimus Prime. Okay. Here's the jets for broadside. More weapons, more things. There's a thing for Black Arachnia. There's a headmaster. Let's see here. And I think that's a lightsaber. And lastly, in the box, we get Masterpiece Starscream. Alright, that's it for this unboxing. Oh, and just so you guys know, there was one other thing that came out of this box, additionally. Toy World's Jazz. So, or Coolsville, if you will. But we've already seen him, so, okay, bye.